Hi guys, this is just Jamie of the Brew Show. I hope you are wrapping up maybe the best way possible and you're about to enter a match in the best mood possible. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Mo Salah's Ballon d'Or chances in relation to the comments made by sports pundits and former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher over the weekend. So in case you missed it, Jamie Carragher, who used to play for Liverpool in England and is currently a sports pundit with Sky Sports, said that he doesn't think Mo Salah has a strong chance of winning the Ballon d'Or due to the fact that he's Egyptian and Egypt don't get to play in a lot of major competitions. He was correctly, um, he was rightly corrected, sorry, by fellow pundits Micah Richards, who pointed out that the AFCON is a major competition, to which Carragher didn't really seem amused by the fact that one, he was being corrected, and two, by the notion that the AFCON should be considered in the same length and breadth as the Euros and the Copa America. So I want to pose the question to you. Do you think the African Cup of Nations is a major continental event and on the same level as both the Euros and the Copa America? So I'm going to give pros and cons to the argument, and then I'm going to share my point of view. So with regard to the pros, by definition, the AFCON is the African equivalent of the Euros and the Copa America, which means it is the major sporting event on the continent for international teams from the continent. The AFCON is a highly competitive tournament which is played every 2 years and currently sees Egypt as the record holders with seven titles to their name, with Cote d'Ivoire being the most recent winners thanks to their achievements at the last ended AFCON, which happened in 2024 when they beat Nigeria in the final. That being said, when it comes to the cons, the AFCON may slightly be overlooked in terms of pedigree as compared to the Euros and the Copa America due to the fact that it's played in relation to or from the perspective of the European calendar in the middle of the season, which means whenever you have to, or from the club's point of view, whenever they have to spare a player for the tournament, it sort of takes away the importance of that player because they have to provide significant cover for him and it disrupts their season. Add to the fact that the AFCON is played every 2 years as compared to both the Euros and the Copa that are roughly played every 4 years, and they have 4 year cycle alternates with that of the World Cup. So when the World Cup is being played, let's say 2026, 2030, 2024, blah blah blah, the Euros and Copa America will be played in 2020, 2024, 2028, and so on and so forth. The AFCON is every 2 years. So 2020, 2022, 2024, 2026, 2028, you get a point. So those will be the cons for the AFCON. No pun intended. Now, my personal perspective on this is that the AFCON should be regarded in the same vein and in the same breath and on the same pedestal as both the Euros and the Copa America, because apart from the fact that it is Africa's main game, for lack of a better description, the quality of the AFCON cannot be put on a lower level as that of the Euros or the Copa America. If anything, you could even argue that the AFCON is probably higher, at least based on the last editions of the tournaments we saw. The AFCON definitely held its head high, and for most people, was a far better tournament to watch than the Euros. So for us, and for me in particular, the AFCON should be regarded in the same length and breadth as the Euros and Copa. That being said, I hope that long term they can find a way of maybe putting the AFCON at the end of the season, not necessarily for it to compete with the Euros and the Copa America, but so that the players after the AFCON can have a break. Because that's what the European counterparts and South American counterparts have over the African players. They are able to afford a bit of a break because that is literally the end of the season. Whereas currently, when you play the AFCON and you are done, you go straight back into the normal football calendar. And if you notice, most of those players are a bit fatigued or are not able to keep the levels they had pre AFCON. That being said, I also understand why it's being played mid season from the European perspective because the issue of climate and logistics is such that it's easier to organize a tournament at the beginning of the year as compared to the middle of the year, especially when you are spreading the tournament across the continents. This time around is happening in North Africa with Morocco hosting the next edition later this year. The previous edition was in West Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. We've had a few in Southern Africa with South Africa hosting it. The next edition after Morocco, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be held in Kenya, and I think co-hosted by Kenya, Tanzania, and maybe Uganda or something. So shows you that we do spread the continent around, and Africa is a really big continent, so it comes with its own challenges. So maybe that is part of the reason why it's being played the time it is. But at least from my point of view, long term, I have a feeling they might find a long lasting solution to it. Not necessarily the way the North Americans are going about it by constantly playing their version of it, which is the CONCACAF Nations League in the US. No, we don't want to fix the one country. We want to spread across for Africans far and wide to be able to enjoy what Africa has to offer. But hey, guys, let me hear from you. Let me hear in the comment section. What do you think with regards to Jamie Carragher's statements and the level of the AFCON? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? Do you have another point of view you'd like to share? Please let the comment section be your playground and let it flow. This is James Brew of the Brew Show once again. You can find the Brew Show on your favorite social media platforms, which would be Facebook, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Threads. And you can connect with James Brew on the exact same platforms and TikTok as well. And before I wrap this video up, how would you rate Mo Salah's Ballon d'Or chances and then by extension the FIFA World Best Player chances? With how he's performed this season, scoring at least 25 goals and providing 16 assists in the league for Liverpool and taking his form into the Champions League as well. Is he the forerunner when you are putting him on the same pedestal as Mbappe and Vinicius and Jude Bellingham and Rafinha and Yamin Lamar and any other contender that I may have overlooked? Let me know as well in the comment section. Do you think Mo Salah is the favorite as it stands to win the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Best? Guys, once again, this is James Bremisa, and I'll catch you same time next time. Bye for now.